Yo, what it do? Chris
What up,
Blake,
though?
Rolex, Risky. Let's go. No strings on a Wednesday night. Hey man, let's get right to it. It's hip hop the damn problem, man.
Oh, it's
Everybody's
Tuesday night,
talking.
fool.
What did I say? Did I say Wednesday?
Yeah.
My bad. No strings on a Tuesday night. Y'all know what we do on Tuesdays, man. We jump in here, we get right to it. Um, listen, we going straight in. We talking hip hop tonight, man. We might not get to too much more, but everything gonna be super hip hop related right now. Um,
I wish you would have talked to me before the show because I fucking hate rap.
okay.
So I don't want to talk about that shit.
Talk to me, dog. It's hip hop. Listen, if you had to say, yo, what's the problem right now? Because everybody always talk about there's a problem. I don't know if there is, if there isn't. So don't nobody get upset. I'm just asking the question: is hip hop the damn problem? Is that the problem?
Problem for what? Like, what's the problem? What are the
People always
problems?
say like, yo, it's something going on with black folks. You know what I'm saying? We need to be doing this. We need to be
Oh,
doing that. My question I would beg to ask everybody is: hip hop the first? We back up. I'm of the belief that hip hop is black culture now. Maybe I should have started off with that. I think that is black culture.
that's how it started, but now that should just belong to everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's not everybody else's culture though, right? That's not their culture. They I think they if you want to say that they quote unquote appreciate it. I know other people would use different phrasing, but let's just say that, right? Just to be nice for now. Other people
Right.
appreciate it, but they still have their own cultures, right? Um whether you're
Um,
whether you're Hispanic, listen, you can be a Hispanic as you want to be, as Mexican as you want to be, and do all the hip hop shit. Your daughter gonna have a quinceañera. You know why? It's part of your culture, sir. That's your
right.
culture. You dig what I'm saying? Like that ain't got nothing to do with hip hop.
Yeah, bar mitzvahs and shit.
You feel what I'm saying? That's a part of people's culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like I'm with you. I think other people like jump off into it and they with it as well. But I just think that for black folks, foundational black Americans, whatever. I don't know how y'all want to categorize yourself, man.
Just
Ebony,
darkies, man. Let's call them darkies. Yeah,
hilarious.
darkies.
Uh, I'm saying I think this is our culture right now.
Um, I mean, yeah, like we talked about before, we just made some shit up because we got stripped of everything, that could have been known as culture. And it started as fucking gospel, went to R&B, and now it's this cesspool that we got. I'm not happy about it. I hate that, you know, it's supposed to be what represents me. That shit shouldn't be representing nobody but the. I was about to say something real mean. I'm gonna chill out on that shit. I ain't gonna say
Oh
nothing
wow.
mean. Yeah, I was about to say something real fucked up. But yeah, it shouldn't represent anybody but the people that choose to live like that. But unfortunately, yeah, it does represent black people, especially black men. I mean, it's horrible imagery. I mean, we can say that, but it starts at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? It starts at home, man. It's not really hip hop. It's the people that are doing the hip hop, the hip hop. It's people that do the rap shit, do hip hop, and they some really hurt motherfuckers, man. They really hurt people, man. It's sad as fuck. I can't rag on them, man. I wanna say mean shit, but you can't really say it because you already know, man. Hey, man. Broken homes make some great entertainers.
Mm.
It does, bro. It makes some great entertainers. They're very entertaining. If everybody grew up in a 2-parent home with decent parents, do you think everybody would want to rap or pursue entertainment or just sports be like your way out and shit like that? It's all these kids come from broken homes, man. They just fucked up, dude. Is hip hop the problem? Nah, lack of family is the problem. Lack of love is the problem.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't get NBA young boy because you got a motherfucker that grew up with hugs and kisses. You know what I'm saying? You don't get him out of that, dude. They don't come out of that household. NBA young boys comes out of a toxic mother, maybe absentee father or a half-ass father. That's what breeds that. And now you got a genre of music that everybody recites. Everybody cites J. Cole and Kendrick when they talk about the positive hip hop. But beyond that, they can't fucking name another soul.
Mm.
But for every NBA young boy, it's like 10 of them. And I mean, he getting his money, but come on, man, that shit that imagery, man, that shit's fucked up, man. Is it the problem? Nah, man. Broken homes is the problem, and it
You
produces that
buffering
kind of
a
shit, in my
you
opinion.
buffering a little bit, bro.
I
You
am.
yeah, you buffering a little bit, bro.
That's fucked up because my shit. I pay top dollar for this fucking internet.
Nah, not this month. Um,
Damn. Is that motherfucker late? That motherfucker might be late. Nigga do be forgetting.
they took you. They
That
took
shit,
you down a
god damn.
couple. They took you down a couple minutes. They took you down a little bit, dog. You was good at
No, uh the universe don't want me talking about this punk ass rap shit. That's what it is.
these rappers
And
got you about
honestly,
the paint.
I agree. Like, thank you, universe, save me, because it's ugly, bro. It's too ugly for me to even, I don't listen to it. I don't
I
even know who
mean,
hot no more. I don't fuck with it, man. I don't fuck with this shit at all. Even with the old shit, like how you get older and you see a movie and that shit make more sense to you. It's like you get older and you hear some of these bars, you like, man, I used to really listen to this shit unsupervised as a child. Turning me to a fucking sociopath. I ain't do none of the violent shit, but when it came to womanizing, come on, man, that shit influenced a nigga to do all kind of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not their fault. How's it their fault? Because motherfuckers ain't at home showing their kids the way, bro. How's it their
Eminem,
fault?
Eminem said, "And where were the parents at?"
Exactly. How's it hip hop's fault that motherfuckers ain't really raising their kids correctly, bro? No matter what circumstance got you to that point to where you couldn't really put too much into junior ed, niggas. Like, somebody failed these young niggas, and they letting the world know how they feel about it.
But with that being said, though, okay, when we're talking about hip hop, like it wasn't always this version of hip hop right now, right? There was a happy version of hip hop that existed. I know that seems crazy to a lot of young people, but there was a very happy where people didn't want to, die. People didn't want to kill anybody. They just wanted to have
OD. Motherfuckers want ODing on the track. You know how many niggas OD on the mic? Like, this
people
nigga
just
is
wanted to have a
ODing
good
on the
time. That actually was a thing that existed. And let me get to Courtney's question. He said, "Hold on, what is cultural about current popular hip hop?" Listen, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell. I don't know. Listen, but here's what I can tell you though. If you tell me, if I start asking you what is black culture, I guarantee you we're gonna get to a bunch of hip hop.
What is black culture? That's some sad ass shit, bro. Do you want to start the show sad? I thought we was gonna start it off with some funnies. It's nothing funny about this.
No, we going straight in, dog. We going straight.
What,
Matter of fact,
man? What can I say about hip hop that ain't already been said about Judas or some motherfucker? It's just no good. It's just no fucking good, bro.
I don't know if it's no good. I just think that, like, listen, we're in a space though, where, listen, and again, the question on the screen is hip hop hurting black culture? I'm not saying that. I'm just asking as a conversation starter. You don't get somebody on here, them coons is on there, just to stop. I'm asking it as a conversation piece, right? Is this hurting black culture? Go ahead.
Can we do this? Like, before you call somebody a coon, we gotta see your bank receipt.
Whoa.
Like, you gotta be qualified to call a motherfucker a coon. Like, how much you sitting on to where you can call somebody else who's sitting on okay? You know what I mean? Like my man said, I could put cheese on a hamburger. Like, let's see your bank statement. Let's see if you got the right to be able to call somebody a coon. Because you should, before start looking at somebody else's life, because you got to analyze somebody else's life to do that, right? That motherfucker a coon. You got to look at their life and say this person does X, Y, Z. So how about we look at your bank statement and see what the fuck you do before you can say some shit like that? Because people be throwing that coon shit around too fucking easy. That's why we're in the state that we're in. That rap is our fucking culture because we have let this shit go so far to where that's where it's at. These imaginary ass, doofy ass rules that I don't fuck with at all. It's like, my nigga, at what point do people wake the fuck up? I don't know, but I've woken up and I don't even mark black on the motherfucking application no more. I mark unknown. I'm waiting to claim a motherfucking race. I'm sick of these niggas, man. These niggas nuts, bro. Like, I'm swear to God, bro. It gets weirder and weirder, my nigga. I should have known something was wrong when the SAG started going lower. I'm like, ain't no way they gonna sag lower than us. Now these motherfuckers is behind the knees with it. Like, how the fuck you got the belt around your kneecaps, nigga? That's the belt around your kneecaps, little Charles. Fuck wrong.
Hey,
it's just like I said, I don't mean to go on a rant, but it's just like, bro, that's what it takes. Like, that's what it is, nigga, a coon, because he calling out this ridiculous shit, which is actually the coon shit. Living up to a stereotype of what a black person is, that's cooning. Not calling out the bullshit. These niggas done changed words around. Like, these niggas, it's no hope, man. It's no hope, bro. It's just like, I don't know, man. But too well-to-do black man could be known as coons. That's what like.
I mean,
weird.
but we do have to say though that they do exist though. Like those people do exist.
Name one.
Jesse Lee Peterson.
I was hoping you said Candace Owens because I had a great rebuttal for her. I have nothing for Jesse Lee Peterson. That Jesse Lee Peterson is a man with no redeeming qualities. Jesus Christ, superstar. How does one get like that, bro? That nigga is out of his fucking mind, dude. And I love him. He crazy. You know what? Actually, man, Jesse do hit a motherfucker with some gems every once in a while. You know what they say? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know, because Jesse, it takes him to tell you, like, man, a lot of these kids, man, they hate their mothers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fucked up, but a lot of them, man, like I said, man, like you get an NBA young boy from a toxic mother in a toxic environment, absentee father, and some of these mothers do be raising their kids fucked up. It'd be like, damn, baby, you gotta heal. Like, you gonna fuck your kid up with this, always fussing at them. Always.
Now let's walk it back, but okay, let's stay there, but let's walk it back. Now, ultimately, I know my woke brothers, they gonna agree with me that it ultimately is gonna get back to white supremacy. I know we're not gonna go there for this show.
I'm so sick of that shit.
We're not going there for this particular show. What I'm going to, what you just said, right? We got black mothers out here, right? That got a lot of hurt. Well, we're not going to where does hurt come from, right? Right? That comes from somewhere, right? Typically, maybe their parents or that relationship they was in. Let's go with the relationship, right? Let's say they had a bad relationship. Well, how did that relationship get messed up, right? Well, some people would say, well, he saw a bad relationship, and that's all he knew how to reciprocate, right? Was what he saw growing up. There's also something to be said about, again, we had this conversation. We talked about his R&B Dad a few weeks ago. It's been 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where do these young men now learn how to talk to women or how to treat a woman, right? There is no, you know what I mean? Like again, the music that I grew up on, I know Jodeci was some wild boys, you know what I'm saying? But the music was dope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know, you know what I'm saying? Silk, Shy, you know what I'm saying? Like the music was dope. It was like laying of, you know what I'm saying? Now where we are now is it's glorification of I'm trying to pull up, I'm trying to sneaky link, let's hit it, boom, 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 boom. And listen, I'm not letting the female, the women rappers off the hook either. You know what I'm saying? Because
you can't go a bar. They can't go a bar without they pussy. I'm just waiting on Megan. I thought Megan was gonna shake some ass at the inauguration. Knowing the goddamn Democrats, I just knew Megan was gonna come up there and shake some ass for Joe Biden. I'm surprised it didn't happen. It's probably gonna happen in next term.
Throw something back for Joe, for Papa Joe.
Yeah, because they be wilding too, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. But to call that shit culture, don't call that shit no culture, though, Roy. I'd rather not have. I would just call it. I'm telling you, it's a cesspool. Just call the shit what it is. It's a fucking cesspool, bro. It's not. It vibrates so low. It's no feeling that it gives you other than icky. I feel. Hey, it's a test they used to do. You have like two plants. One plant you talk to a positive, and another plant you talk to a negative. And you just show how motherfuckers grow. Let a plant listen to like some indie rock or something, and then let one of them other plants listen to a fucking 21 Savage, and you know what I'm saying.
21.
Let it listen to NBA Youngboy. Let it listen to that and see how that fucking plant grows. It's just so the energy in that shit is so horrible, man. There's no redeeming it, bro.
I just told somebody. You remember back in the 90s? Look, we're gonna date ourselves a little bit, but you remember back in the 90s when hip hop was like getting a lot of flack in the mainstream? I look back and I say, man, maybe C. Dolores Tucker was right. But in the 90s,
her and Calvin Butts was right. Yeah. Both of them. They were both correct, sir. And we thought they weren't. We was like, shut up, you old.
And I was riding with Pac. See Dolores Tucker, you motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy a brother. Okay, anyway. But
they gonna rip in the line.
Yeah, but you remember in the 90s though, when like kids were or like young people would do something, they was like, yo, I was listening to this album. And people was like, man, nah, dog, that shit didn't influence you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like
a motherfucker casting a spell, bro. Like that shit, lyrics dog, like let the shit have a good beat behind it. Come on, man. You out of here.
And you know what? And look, we're not gonna stay on hip hop super long, but I gotta say this though. But I gotta say this though. Hip hop is the one genre that prides itself on being authentic. That's one of the big pieces of hip hop. Is that, yo, I'm not just rapping. I really do this, Chris Blake. That's the big draw of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a thing that, yo, I'm authentic about this. This is who I am. I do this. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Um,
I used to try to look at this shit nuance, like right. Then I just realized it was some nigga shit, so ain't no reason to put no word nuance attached to it. But it's like hip hop was like a version of punk rock to me at one point in time. It's just the kids rebelling, the kids talking about some wild shit. And then in the last 4 or 5 years, they actually start doing the shit they talk about. Like they almost come from that world and then just end up rapping. Cause these ain't no like rapper. These are street niggas, man. They just so happen to. It's so easy to record records now. They just
mhm.
record records. You can record that shit and it sound good anywhere, dude. So it's just like now the gangsters is really rapping and they really doing that shit to each other. And it's no longer punk rock to me. It's no longer entertainment. You know what I mean? Like these boys are really out here fucking each other up, and they don't even get the chance to make it to. We talk about we gonna date ourselves, man. You know how many niggas make it past 35 where we from? Like
Mm.
with sanity and your shit together, we're fucking unicorns out here.
No, yeah, that's real talk.
It's so fucking sad. Let's move on to another topic. Let's talk about these hoes, man.
Hey, that's the most hip hop thing of all time, nigga.
Man, that's why I call them these hoes because of hip hop. Shout out to hip hop.
But you know what though, like to no, but to your point though, like early hip hop, they used to say like, yo, like even like quote unquote gangster rap, they didn't like the original people that were being called gangster rappers. They didn't even like that title. They were like, yo, all we doing. I think Ice Cube tried to coin the term reality rap. He was like, what we doing is we just basically giving you what's happening in my neighborhood. This is what's happening. Police is coming through. They beating brothers up. They da 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 da. We, you know what I'm saying? Reality rap. Shout
Hey,
out my nigga Ice Cube.
what did we find out? You did that on purpose, didn't you?
What's that?
Like use Ice Cube as the example for that
Well, because
example.
Ice Cube had a very good home.
You fuck. I knew you did it on purpose. I knew you did that shit on purpose. I'm not letting you off like that. I'm not letting you get off
He had a
that
very
shit.
good upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, Snoop Dogg had men in his life. His uncle be with him to this day. You know what I'm saying? Always out there with him. He had men in his life. Dr. Dre, I believe, had his dad in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
He had Warren G Daddy. That's how him and Warren G are brothers. Yeah, man, in the house. It's just dog. Like, you ever been to a neighborhood? And back, like, we're real quick about Ice Cube. Ice Cube was a good kid. Went to college and everything. Mm-hmm. He wasn't on OG shit. Everybody thought he was because he, like, honestly, I think it was more than just him. But CB4, I wondered did they make that movie kind of thinking about him. Good kid from good home, just knew how to get on with this image. But I think it was more of them around back then. But what I was saying though, like, think about this, man. You ever heard somebody talk about like a neighborhood, then you went to that neighborhood and you was like, wait a minute, man, it looks pretty nice around here. I'm like, where's all the shit he talking about? Man, that's a fucking this palm trees, nigga. This like the landscaping is look at the landscaping around here. Like the fucking nigga, what's the hood? The hood? What?
Why is everybody so mad over here?
I don't get it. And it's like, fam, some of these kids, they just know that that's what's going to get attention, man. Yo, 10 niggas got shot in my neighborhood like last night, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fam, that didn't happen in your neighborhood. Like, it's a lot of these neighborhoods who a lot of these kids come from that actually are decent places. They just know that foolish shit is going to be, like, you know what I mean, recognized quicker. I mean, you can't talk to a motherfucker about private school. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I also think that, like, hip-hop is the only musical genre that pretty much came up off of, I think all music comes indirectly from illegal shit, but hip hop was the first genre that, like, that shit got put on, like when it became like you talking about like the street rappers, that shit was funded straight up 100% with illegal money. Like all that shit from the, you know what I'm saying? I ain't breaking no news. I ain't snitching. This is just a known fact. All these niggas told you how they
and if you did snitch, what nigga? We are taxpayers. I'll snitch on all you niggas. I swear to God, do a crime around here.
Shout out to Charleston White. Charleston White said that he want to raise a generation of kids that's gonna start snitching, which is hilarious. By the way,
how else is your neighborhood gonna get better? Ain't nobody saying nothing. Like, fam, it's 2022.
But see, that's the thing. That's what I wanted to talk about this for at least for a little bit though, right? Because we got like a lot of predominantly black neighborhoods, and people are saying, well, like, yo, the neighborhood is going down. And that's why I'm asking the question, yo, like, is hip hop the problem, right? Like, okay, I know people can say, okay, yeah, like it starts in the home. I think I don't disagree with that. And I'm not even sure, like, if I'm qualified to speak on how we go about fixing that. I think somebody maybe smarter than me would have to have that discussion, right? On like
what you think this shit's fixable, Roy?
I still have faith. I still got faith in us as a people and as a community, right? Uh,
Community.
well, we not really doing community right now, but I think that
Everything is at intermission, my nigga. Like what? Like when do we come back from halftime? Like I'm getting tired of this imaginary black community, this imaginary black unity.
well, hold
If
on.
every hey man, like fam, I'm angry. I'm disappointed rather. It was a tweet that went around. I like that motherfucker. Should have retweeted it, but I don't want too much black shit on my timeline because why? Cat quoted something else. He was like, man, this might be the worst generation of black people ever in history.
Wow.
And guess what he quoted? He quoted the chick talking about this dude who went all 50 states and dated somebody. And
Okay, I seen this story. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
He quoted that tweet with that because she was legit like, bro, why are you you're in New Mexico? Why are you dating a white girl?
Okay, back
bro,
up
you're
though.
Hawaii.
Let's talk about that story. So give the people what that story in case they didn't see it. What happened in this because that shit went viral. Go ahead.
Right, it was a TikTok. This dude, he went around the nation, white cat, you know what I'm saying? White Caleb, Hart, what other white Connor? Connor went across country, all 50 states, and dated a woman in all 50 states, one chick. And I'm assuming he did it with his own money. But anyway, though, this black chick got on TikTok. You do a TikTok of a TikTok. This shit crazy, right? I'll never get lost in TikTok. But like she did a TikTok of that TikTok, cracking on him because every state that he went to date the chick, all 50 of them to her looked the same. And in Mexico, well, in New Mexico and in Hawaii, the chicks looked the same, just white chicks, blonde hair, blue eyes. A lot of Aryans in his fucking repertoire. You know what I mean? A lot of Aryans. And she just felt compelled to come to the internet and speak on it. And I'm like, why? But I mean, it's her handle, it's her fucking page, it's her profile. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But man, we got it real good where a motherfucker can get on the internet and talk about shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, and dude quoted the tweet saying that this is the worst generation. This might be the worst generation of black people in history. And I'm like, yeah, it makes you think that when you see this type of shit on the internet.
I didn't get like her whole manuscript sounded stupid to me because it was like, listen, man, y'all know on Wednesday nights we talk about relationships all the time anyway. I always say this. I can't get mad at a motherfucker for their preference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real. Like, yo, man, most people better start liking who like them. There's a lot of hurt motherfuckers out here.
I've been on that quote since like I was in high school. In high school, that was the first thing I learned. I was like, well, hold on, young man. I was like, well, hold on, young man. Shit.
How many chocolates and roses you had to buy before you got to that epiphany?
Whoa. I was never tricking out here. First of all, hold that.
Oh man, look at this hip hop ass nigga, man. You can't even court a woman.
Well,
hip hop done taught us not to even court women no more.
Nah, you know what's crazy? Bitches. You know what's crazy in hip hop? Now Lil Wayne said it ain't tricking if you got it.
You know how many people act like they got it and be tricking and say that they got it? Nigga, yo,
that was an evolution.
You almost got repoed the other day, nigga. Quit bullshit.
That was an evolution in hip hop. At first, it was like no tricking. Then all of a sudden, it became like tricking. It was a time in hip hop where black men wouldn't. Hey, we don't eat the box, dog. Hey, I don't go downtown. Then it became
Jamaicans still denying that shit. Jamaicans like, no, man, the bad man don't need no box, bro. That was the worst patois ever.
But no, what I'm saying though is that like, oh girl, I'm sitting back and I'm looking, I'm like, yo, why is she so pressed about like this white dude going around the country going on dates with white women? Who why are you upset about that?
You know why? Because in the grand scheme of things, we are doing so well that we have time to worry about that type of shit that really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's the internet, right? Everybody does some shit like that, but it's like, man, to see a black woman doing it, it's like you fighting for Hawaiian women and New Mexico women. Like you want him to date a Hispanic or Asian in one of the two? Like you that pressed about it?
I didn't get her premise at all. I ain't gonna stunt to you. I was super confused when I saw it. I was like, what are you talking about?
It just makes it more annoying that it's like, damn, this is wow, man, we really made it to the suburbs and produce motherfuckers that care about shit like that. It's tragic, man. I don't know, man.
Have we made it though, Blake?
On paper, nah. Because a lot of cats is really like spending above their means and shit. Like,
but that's American. I think that's an American America problem that we. I think
yeah, but when you got like when you own absolutely nothing in the country, you
let's
can't
go. There we
afford to
go.
be doing that shit. We don't own shit
There you
here.
go. Talk that talk.
Like absolutely nothing, man. And don't get me wrong, I am a product of it too, man. I was 21 with a $450 car note because I was making money. I thought that shit was cool.
Listen, 450 for a car note right now. Yeah, that's a good car note. But go ahead.
Motherfuckers is getting crazier, right? That was like 20 years ago. I had that going on. Motherfuckers done tripled that now, bro.
Yeah, it's just
How
crazy.
does this happen?
I don't know, bro.
You know, but it's just like, man, we spin fucked up, man, and I do too. I understand. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna go old school like the old niggas. Like, yeah, y'all would be able to have some wealth if you didn't buy them Jordans. Nah, that ain't the case. No.
Right. Well, hold on. Let's qualify that. Because when those old dudes were saying that, they were talking about those $150 Jordans. Now some of these Jordans is like $1,800 for some of these. Like
They actually are, right? I forgot about that. So you right. You actually might be going broke because them J's. You're right.
Did you really need to get them Travis Scotts? That's all I'm saying.
That's a quick 2,500. Shit.
You did.
Oh man.
Did you really need those, my boy? You feel me?
Yeah, man. But like, it's some reckless spending going on. I've had to check myself about the shit too. You know what I mean? Like, think about it, bro. Like, ain't nobody ever going like car notes have really blown some generational wealth out here. Think about what you could have been doing with that $500 a month.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like around 2008, 2000, like what the first recession I went through was 2008, 2009. If I had taken some of the monies I was spending on bullshit and put that shit behind, and I had people tell me this, I have access to some people with information, bro.
Yes,
that's
sir.
why I don't even waste my breath telling young people shit. Fuck it. Fuck up your life, nigga, and just pick up the pieces when it falls apart. But I had great information. I chose to do different things with my money. But if I had did something better with my money, like if I put it in fucking Apple or Tesla back in 2010, like someone told me to do, some old white nigga, man. Shout out to that nigga. I forgot he was going through a divorce. That's why he was at the hotel I was at. But anyway, though, you know, just shit like that. That $400, $500 a month, man. You put that behind something that compounds, the index fund, some shit like that.
First of all, sir, you're talking to us way over our head right now. First,
I'm just saying.
Funds with your disposable income, sir.
Fam, the information was out there back then. We just chose to drink Henny and smoke weed and fuck hoes. Like we've always had access.
You know why? You know, because that's what hip hop told us to do, Chris Blake.
Oh, it's gonna be callbacks all night because this shit really had us doing some ignorant shit.
You know what's funny is that
the markups on the bottles alone in the club. I was buying a bottle. Like, why not? Yo, I want to look like my favorite rapper. Dumb nigga shit, man.
You know what's funny? Plies put out a tweet. He was like, yo, I guess over Labor Day weekend, he was like, yo, if I'm coming to your club, if you're a promoter, don't send me no damn bottles with all that sparkly stuff on it. He's like, I've been here before, bro. Like, you know, yeah, just bring my bottles. Just bring my damn bottles.
And that's another one. Let's hit this dude. Plies, all the goon shit, gangster shit. This nigga was a high school football player who went to college and probably graduated. I don't know if he did. But he's a highly intelligent dude. He's an intelligent dude, but he chose to portray that image.
Even when he does his little talks now on IG or on wherever he's on, you can tell that, like, because the words that he's using, the diction he's making it sound in the Plies voice because he's playing that character. But it's like the Dave Chappelle skit with
Lil Jon.
Yes, right? To where it's like, yeah, like you could tell, like he one of them ones, like he really, like Plies might really got money in index funds for real.
Oh, he probably really does. You know,
because listen, he ain't dropped shit since Bust It Baby, and he's still living pretty good out here.
He got like the good chiclets in his mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? He got the good piano keys in his mouth, bro. That's at least $100,000. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really be sitting on some bread, bro, to do the good piano keys in your grill.
Yeah, but no, I mean, listen though, man. It's when you step back and you sit, I was gonna say this because Vlad from Vlad TV, and I think he did this intentionally because he knew nobody would fuck with it. And it was going to always be a talking point in his back pocket. So unbeknownst to a lot of people, he started something called Vlad Stocks.
Yeah, I watched that shit. It was pretty cool.
Right. Nobody else did, right?
Of course.
Right.
You know, I used to say, put it in books. Niggas will never get the information. Like,
So he usually called Vlad Stocks to where he would go on there talk about different, you watched it, different skit,
yeah.
where you can put your money over here, different stuff, and nobody watched it. I felt like, yo, that was such a great strategic move by him, because if somebody tried to do to him what um Joe Budden just did to Adam 22, did you watch that?
I can't even listen to Joe Budden show no more. He's so full of shit.
Well, Joe Budden brought Adam 22 on his show and talking about like, yo, you out here profiting off of black pain, off of black da 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 da.
I'm mad at Joe Budden for making me side with a Caucasian man.
Who?
I'll never forgive him for that. He really made me side with a fucking Caucasian man on black issues.
Who are you talking about?
Adam 22.
Oh,
like, I agree with everything, Adam. I'm like, wait a minute, Joe. That ain't his fault. Like, that he didn't create the chaos in these dudes' households that has them out here acting a goddamn fool in the streets. He's actually a fan of the music, bro. No Jumper was interviewing people like before they got hot. No Jumper is where I found out about XXXTentacion. And for those of you who don't know, No Jumper is Adam 22 shit. Trust me, you'll watch that shit for like 5 minutes and realize it ain't for you, because I don't fuck with it no more either. But like, that's the first place I ever saw XXXTentacion. That was like 2015, 2016. So he's been around, and he goes and gets the young cats. He was doing that back then. Now the big, names come to his shit. Right. But he built it from the bottom up, and he's actually a fan of it, dude. And it's like, do you profit off of black trauma? Who the fuck doesn't in that industry? If it wasn't a space to profit off of black trauma, we wouldn't have this bullshit called hip hop in the first place.
Ooh, so you
know what I'm saying?
So you saying everybody? You saying everybody, including Joe, profits off of black trauma?
Man, he don't talk about rap no more, but that's what his podcast was. He was profiting off of that shit too. Now, did he get into the gossipy mode about it? I don't know. Maybe at some point, but it's like to sit up and act like that man is the sole problem. No, he's just the flavor of the week. He's profiting off of the shit now. And he put people on too. Like, I believe Joe just mad because dude got a real network and Joe Budden, his shit all crashed. Right. You dig what I'm saying? Like, Joe Budden tried a network. Look where his shit at. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Adam 22 really got a network, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When I saw Joe on there, and it was like, when I saw Vlad, I thought back to that Vlad Stocks when I saw Adam 22 on there, and I said, Vlad did that strictly because he knew people would not fuck with it. He knew his audience would not gravitate toward that. And if they ever tried to bring him to the carpet and say, hey, man, you're doing this, he gonna say, well, hold on now. I did the Vlad Stocks and nobody watched it. What you want me to do?
But you know what, though? Positivity selling is just not something that's ever been a thing. We all know the negative shit is just all where it's at.
What's funny? We had some trolls on Wednesday's show last week that were upset because we were talking about toxic relationships, and we were specifically highlighting Blueface and Krishan Rock, right? Because they are the face of toxicity right now, right?
I never thought about Blueface. I don't even know a Blueface song, but I know Krishan.
Yes, you do. You know the bust down Tatiana.
Oh yeah, that bullshit. But like Shorty though, I like Shorty, man. Shorty just a representation of the pain that motherfuckers be going through, and they just out here in the streets acting a goddamn fool. But yeah, my bad, man. Yeah,
but she's a scholarship athlete though. Like, she knows better.
Probably not. Ain't nobody raised that girl. You can tell by how she behaves, bro.
At what point do we say that? Okay, listen. At what point do we say you have to put whatever you went? And listen, I know people gonna get on. I know people gonna say therapy. I know where everybody already gonna go. But at what point do we say, yo, you got to put that behind you, on the side of you, on your back, on your shoulders, whatever that trauma is, and like move on with life? Because you how long can you use that as a crutch to like destroy yourself or others? You know what I'm saying? Like, how long can you just sit back and like let that ride?
I agree. I'm just making excuses for her because I hope I'm just kind of making excuses. For one, she's a really, really pretty girl. She's getting bigger, but you see them old pictures of her, it's like, damn, bro, you fucked this up?
She's aged like 15 years in like 2.
Yep.
Like, people don't understand, bro, living that lifestyle, going through all that stuff, man, that will wear on you, bro.
She really has, and it's sad to see, but that's what happens when you don't raise your daughters, man. That's what happens, bro. It's the
But see,
bottom
we gotta
line.
stop that though. We gotta stop saying raise your daughters though.
Raise your sons too.
Who gonna raise these little badass niggas?
Oh, you know who raising them? Women, black women. That's who's raising them.
So no matter what, you gonna blame the woman. I see what you're doing right now, Chris Blake.
I'm not blaming a woman.
I
It's
see
the
no
truth.
matter what, you blaming black women. I see what you're doing, sir.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you this. My shit is anecdotal. I promise you, it's very anecdotal. You know, for those people who don't know what that means, everybody know what the fuck anecdotal mean. Nigga, open the book. That's how they hid information from us in the first place, nigga. Open the goddamn. Anyway, though,
Google it, nigga.
all my brothers had felonies, dope and robbery. You wouldn't tell, judging by me, but I come from a fucking extremely broken home. And in that motherfucker, we didn't have no man at the helm. That nigga she got rid of that nigga when I was like 5. And after that, niggas started getting into way harsher shit. You might have got suspended from school before my old man left. But after my old man left, Jesus Christ, these niggas went haywire. And you know, and that example is an example of a lot of households in the neighborhoods I grew up in. Until I got to probably like 15 and we grew, moved to a better area. But we was still nigga rich though. It was all good. But overall though, man, you know, I ain't blaming them. I'm just saying, man, them and the men gotta get an understanding about what this shit is, because we can't keep having these broken homes, bro. Can't keep having them, bro. It produces all this fucked up entertainment, which I love a good fucked up individual being an entertainer. But there's too many that's coming out with the same skin tones as us, man. That shit really weirded me out, because it's like, man, are we ever gonna get something positive on the mainstream? Was Cosby the last hope? You ever thought about this? You think they punished Cosby for showing positive images of black people? Because who the fuck else was doing it?
100%.
Who the fuck else was doing it?
Like, and that's why I always tell people, fam, like, listen, I'm not excusing him for anything he might have done. Although, if I'm going to be honest, I don't think he did anything wrong. That's me personally, right? I'll be happy if somebody disagrees. That's fine. I personally believe that at that time, I'm not going to fault him for supplying women who wanted to do dope with dope and then having sex with them. You know, that sounds like a good time, you know, but anyway, like, he literally inspired generations of black kids to go to college with what's the show?
Bro, I still gotta get a Hillman hoodie. I'm getting a Hillman hoodie, bro.
Bro, like, we got all, like, I bought my wife like 2 Hillman sweaters like 2 Christmases ago, right? Like,
oh, that shit is surreal. I never thought about. I grew up in that household like that. I never thought about visiting no fucking college. I was visiting prisons, going to see these niggas. But that shit, seeing the imagery, come on, man.
And that's why I'm talking about this hip hop shit tonight, because it's like, that's something that you had to see for you to say that looks cool. As a young, even if you didn't think it, like, subconsciously, that was like, you got exposed to that, to like, this is something that people are doing too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why I went to the real TSU my first year of college.
Well, the fake TSU, but go ahead.
I mean, went to the real Tennessee State University, man. The real TSU. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I went there because of thinking about that shit. I transferred shortly after because, you know, they ain't had a major I wanted.
They're an imposter, but go ahead. Hey, don't y'all got, is Eddie George the football coach over there now?
I don't follow him. Nah. I transferred to Memphis, and I represent that much more now.
Oh, so you represent Penny Hardaway now.
Yeah, I represent Penny, man. Throw the Memphis Tiger on. But like, yeah, man. That fucking shit Bill Cosby was doing, man. I'm like, damn, they had to. I mean, that's the real tinfoil hat shit. But yeah, it's like, come on, man. Who ain't never been punished for trying to help niggas out in large, man?
And it was such a great, like, both the Cosby Show. Hell, Fat Albert was a good show. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, like, right, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, they can suck my dick, bro. You ain't about to talk about Bill, and I'm gonna sit up here and just join in and be like, oh my god, he's a horrible person. Like, hey man, look, I love the nigga.
Okay, Courtney Jackson said, I don't think they went after him for positive black images. If that was the case, they would have never let him get that big. Listen, money talking, bullshit walk though, Courtney. And he was literally called America's dad. He was getting that bag for I think it was NBC he was on. He was getting a big ass bag.
Right.
And you gotta also remember, like, we weren't around at that time, but people forget how big of a comedian he was.
He was a big comedian before he got on with shit. He was the first black man on TV, right?
That's what I'm telling people. Don't understand how big of a comic he was.
Yeah.
Like, he was so big, he was trying to tone down Richard Pryor and being like, yo, why you gotta do all this cursing? That's what made Cosby so big. He was a black comic, but he did no cursing. Everything was like that. He was doing that like sit down storytelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
And
product of a 2-parent healthy home.
and it was to the mainstream or to white America, it was something that they could kind of say, okay, this doesn't seem threatening to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And look, I'm not, and I don't think that he was a coon for that. I just think that he had a different presentation.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point, man, where left is right and up is down. It's just like if it represents, I just think about the whole mind fuck of somebody, and I used to get this, somebody telling you sound white. It's like, wait a minute. First off, I know you don't be around white people because I don't sound shit like a Caucasian. But not to say that white people are like, hey, it's great to be around. No, it's just to say that you obviously don't know white people. You're just repeating some bullshit because you think this is the right way to talk. So with me talking the right way, you think it's being closer to what white is. That's right. A subconscious mind fuck. And we've gotten to the point where like niggas don't want to talk to the police about shit that happens in front of it. Like, bro, your brother got killed. You ain't gonna say nothing? You want to bring a motherfucker to justice, or you just don't believe in the justice system? I can kind of get it, but it's just that idea that what is right is wrong and what is wrong is right. It's gotten to that point. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so frustrating to see because it's like, bro, this shit really ain't that complicated, bro.
I mean, but that kind of is hip hop, though. Bad does mean good in hip hop.
Like literally, right? Like literally, right? But, yeah. It's ugly, man. Like I love the fact that I made it past fucking 35, bro. Like, not to say that I'm so far above 35, I'm not. But like, yeah, I am. Anyway, though, yeah, man. Like, yo, it's with sanity, net worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, just with shit, man. Your brain's intact. Don't get me wrong. I have my crazy periods, but damn, one thing about going to therapy, it teaches you some shit. Like you know how many people just like they can't survive outside of chaos. It's like you gotta add some chaos to your life.
I think that's the Krishan chick. I think she needs that shit.
Right, man. And it's a lot of chicks out there like her. And I'm gonna go specifically, it's a lot of black people out here like that. A lot of black Americans. I can't say for the others, man, but that chaos missing.
What up? What you doing here on a Tuesday? What you doing here on a Tuesday night, Miss Strickland? She said, quote unquote, conscious rap. Who listening to conscious rap?
Man, that shit don't sell. That's why niggas stop doing it.
Jay-Z told y'all, dog. He told y'all, what was that? What year was that he dropped that bar? That was in the late, was that late now or early 2000s where he dropped that?
That was mid, like 2007, 8, right?
Yeah.
The Black album.
Nigga said, I want to rhyme like Common Sense.
But I sold 5 mil.
I ain't been rhyming like Common Sense, nigga.
I can't blame him. How can you blame these dudes?
Lyrically, I probably beat Talib Kweli. Like Jay was telling you, like, yo, these dudes are dope. But like,
hey, but you know what's funnier though, bro? At them dudes' concerts, the quote unquote conscious rap, like Talib and Common, you know who mostly be in their audience?
White people.
What, like,
it's full of white people.
What do we do, man?
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to see what's there to talk. What's there to talk about? This shit is sad and it's not gonna get any better, bro. It's fucked up. The only conscious shit out there, white niggas be supporting it. Dude, this is nuts, man. This is fucking nuts, bro. It's like, I don't know, man.
Hey, look, I'm gonna rewind this part for you right there because it was like you had like an epiphany at that moment. It was like, well, hold on, nigga. Like, god damn, all this shit is fucked up.
It's just no way to. I can't say nothing positive about the current state of Black American culture, man. I have no positives for it.
Damn. Let me see what Courtney. Let me go back to something Courtney said a minute ago. He said, okay, he said JBL. That was an old wrestler, but I think he's talking about the Joe Budden podcast.
You ain't got to get that shit right. Fuck Joe.
Yeah, he said they were wrong and right at the same time. Yes, Adam does profit a lot from the saddest elements of hip hop, but why not focus on eliminating the opportunity for No Jumper to exist? Well, how can we stop No Jumper from existing?
It's a monster now, bro. That shit over.
Yeah. But how can we ever stop the dominant society from doing anything?
You can't. And plus, that man found a good niche. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with like the younger SoundCloud artists. and now he's moved on to the fucking with like big
Yeah,
name artists.
but listen, DJ Academics did the same thing. He
They gave
came
him shit too, though. That's the thing, though. That's one thing you gotta appreciate, though, right? They gave DJ Academics heat, then they gave a white dude heat too. You know what I'm saying? You know how sometimes motherfuckers get around white cats and switch.
Yeah,
up.
but I think, but like academic. No, what here? Okay, if it, excuse me, if people know really the history of Academics, him interviewing those unknown rappers really didn't get him hot. What got Academics hot was that
War in Chirac.
He was that war in Chirac. That's what got him hot.
Yeah,
was that specific shit. Was he was doing. And for anybody who's never watched that shit, it's some sad, crazy shit that's on that war in Chirac.
And is that the chubby little dude from Jamaica's fault that them young boys out there killing each other like that?
No, it is not.
That's not his fault, just like it's not Adam's fault. I mean, it's another one out there called Say Cheese. It's getting big too. I mean, do people feel better? It's black on. It's a black guy.
That's who always have Charleston White on.
Right. You know, so Say Cheese is getting bigger. So I mean, hey, it's still black people doing it. It's just Adam shit is pretty big. Pause. So I mean, Adam and man, Academics, No Jumper, and Vlad might be all like the biggest ones out of all of this shit. Actually, man, Say Cheese is coming up too. But overall, just not to harp on him being a Caucasian dude, it's like, dog, it ain't his fault. And there's no way you're gonna stop him from doing this shit because it's gonna be a little him that come out every fucking week, bro. And Lil Him want to go to No Jumper because that's where he saw XXX Tentacion. That's where he saw some of his favorite rappers. His Tupacs was on No Jumper. He want to go to No Jumper.
To Eminem's point, like he like Eminem. Listen, me and my wife talking about this. We actually had a little bit of an argument about this shit like a couple days ago.
She don't like him?
No, she likes him. But we were talking about Jack. She was talking about Jack Harlow. She's like, yo, Jack Harlow had a dope performance at the MTV Awards. He bought off Fergie. I was like, man, I don't really rock with Jack Harlow like that.
I would never see it at a bar. He ain't no motherfucking Paul Wall.
Yeah, I don't like Jack Harlow. And she was
I don't either.
And I was like, listen, when it comes to white rappers, I'm very finicky, right? Because I got to see what you're doing in the culture. Are you here? Because there's been a lot of cats that came into the culture and really finessed and got their way the fuck up out, but they did all the little perceived Negro shit while they was in it. Like take a dude, go further back than that. Take a dude like Kid Rock. Most people don't even know he got a whole black baby mama out here. He was niggering it up when he had his chance.
Machine Gun Kelly
got a black baby. You know what I'm saying? Like they go all the way in, and then once they get to a certain level, they like, oh well, you know. I really don't.
That's why we don't fuck with them. That's why I don't fuck with them. Because when you want to be white again, you're gonna go back and be white.
I was telling my wife, I was like, that's why I said that's why my respect for Eminem grew. Because I never saw Eminem trying to fuck with no sisters like that. Like he was never like that was never his shit. You know what I'm saying? And he stayed hip hop the whole time.
And he put people on. He put a lot of niggas on.
Yes, and you never saw Eminem come out talking about like I like women with fat asses. No. He was trying to like off his baby mama for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? You know
right. Like, nah, I fuck with M. I fuck with Paul Wall.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Jack Harlow. I was thinking about that shit the other day, bro, because I'm like, man, look, this Jack Harlow kid, more than likely he's gonna pull an MGK or a Post Malone one day.
Oh, once he get his cloud up, he's out of here.
It's like, why wouldn't he? Like I see him in interviews. They just straight up white boy. He not influenced by the hood at all. He's straight up white boy. He ain't been around no black people growing up, bro.
They just cast him in the Woody Harrelson role for the
so he an industry plant. He an industry plant is what the fuck he is. I want to know who nephew is he? He's somebody's nephew, bro.
The fact that they're doing a White Man Can't Jump reboot is already annoying.
I'm not watching that bullshit.
For them to cast Jack Harlow as Woody Harrelson, it's just like, yo, come on, man.
Actually, it's a pretty good casting because Woody Harrelson, he wasn't faking like he was on no, like hip shit. Jack Harlow ain't hip either.
He said, y'all didn't know Jack, man. I don't give two shits about Jack.
I can give a fuck, man. Hey, yo, that Tyler Hero shit it kind of went. I heard it by mistake one day, but I don't do white rappers, bro. Fuck out of here. As soon as they want to be white, hold on, you don't mess with him. Oh, well, I mean, I don't even. That's Eminem.
M's a monster, I know.
That's Eminem, and I fuck with Paul Wall. But beyond them two, you might get me on. Actually, I heard he fucked over Nas, like third base.
Oh yeah, MC Search.
I'm about to go to third base.
MC Search.
Yeah, man.
You get the gas face.
Or even the Beasties. Like I like, okay, so the Beastie Boys, reason why I fuck with them, because they always had the element of rock in their music.
Yes.
Every time. They always had the element of rock, dude. They never claimed to be anything.
When I used to DJ, look, I could still get away with this at the time. I used to incorporate Brass Monkey in my set. Not the whole song, but I would just throw a little bit, you know, when I would do my old school shit. Just because it got a funky ass, that got a funky ass beat.
That goddamn Rick Rubin, man.
Paul Revere is a great song too by them. You know what I'm saying? That shit's a monster.
So that's one of the best bass lines in the history of rap, bro.
Vroom, 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 vroom. Beer. It's me, Mo. What's he in a quart of beer? They were the first people rapping about beer. That's how white boy shit. Right?
For real, dude. They weren't fucking around, and that's why I can't fuck with the likes of.
Where the beer at?
That's why I can't fuck with the likes of Jack Harlow, fucking Post Malone. They make some groovy tunes, man, but it's just like they're gonna want to go back to being white one day, and they're gonna be successful at it.
Okay, Courtney said, I would never let people get away with that, quote, you sound white, unquote, nonsense. That's always been a pet peeve. Okay,
yeah.
Said, raise your damn kids. Damn, okay, Courtney just going off. Okay.
I mean, he's saying like, dog, we are disgruntled, well-to-do black men. We sick of seeing this shit, bro. I'm tired of seeing it, bro. It's like, man, I'm like, shit. I be thinking about volunteering. I ain't put no seeds out here yet, but I be like, damn, should I volunteer somewhere to help this shit? You can't help some of this shit, man. Because think about it. Like I was just talking about how I'll probably be a millionaire if I listen to some of the fucking moves somebody was giving me like 10, 12 years ago.
Right.
Man, these kids ain't hearing that shit, man. Because when you go back home, bro, you back on your same old bullshit. You back around the same people.
That's a lot of the problem, right?
You know, and it's like, damn, I don't think me doing that would help anything. Like, or it just, I probably would, though. I don't know, man. But something's got to give, bro, because this shit is really getting out of hand. Getting out of hand. The shit's out of hand. I'm saying this shit getting out of hand. It's out of fucking hand. It is.
That's the helpless point, though, when you get to the point to where you saying, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I can help. But, I mean, listen, man, I think that it's still something out there, man. I still believe, like Whitney Houston said, I believe in you and me. I believe in the people, right? I believe
the children are our future. Like, damn.
I do believe the children are our future. Teach them well, let them lead the way.
Man, fuck them kids, man.
What I'm saying is that I think that, but I do think this, though. I think that we are right now, we found ourselves at a very crucial point that there's just one. I think right now at this point in time, we could potentially lose 2 generations right now. Because, like, we got to understand how fast things are moving now, right?
We're moving extremely fast.
That's why I'm saying I think we can lose 2 generations. Like,
and you're competing with the world too. Don't forget that. Like, you're competing with the world now.
I know, like this TikTok stuff, like everything moves so fast now. That's one of the things that, you know, these kids, you know, people growing up today won't ever get to experience like how me and you did, how we heard damn Mariah Carey Boys to Men One Sweet Day on the radio for it seemed like a damn year straight. Every goddamn day, like, goddamn, they still playing this song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a
classic ballad, though, bro. It was a great.
That was a monster record. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I got to the point to where I didn't like the song because I heard it so much. But if you start playing it right now, I know every word because I've heard it so many times. You know what I'm saying? They don't work music that way anymore. Everything is very quick. It's like it's made for you to consume now. You turn up for a little bit and you move on to the next thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is why most of these kids, when they had this little TikTok trend challenge out over the last 2-3 weeks, they didn't even, as much as they were talking shit about R. Kelly, they didn't realize they was out here making TikToks to R. Kelly for 3 weeks straight.
I wonder who brought it to their attention. Oh, hey,
they were literally making R. Kelly TikToks for 3 weeks straight. And they had been talking shit about this man.
It's crazy,
I don't know how y'all generation was just listening to that music the same way that you just did it, nigga. That's how. It's good music. I'm sorry. What to tell you?
I don't know, right? What we gonna do, man? Can we do anything? I mean, you're completely out if you. Who the fuck I'm gonna talk to? He said, "Keep it going." Like I'm gonna talk. The fuck? Hell no. Where's Giancarlo at, man? Hey, Bobby, I never seen nothing. I have
Yo,
no
yo, can you
problem.
hear
I
me?
can't make it tonight, Bobby.
Yo,
I can't
yo,
make
can you
it.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
Yes,
cool,
sir.
cool.
This
Went
nigga,
to the
man, this
group.
nigga came up, man, since we've been out the studio. Nigga got backup mics for the main mic,
Yeah, I should have went to the
also wireless.
blue mic from the beginning. You know
I see, man. Shit, yo, you investing in index funds too, I see, sir. This nigga here getting residuals, man.
Okay, no. First of all, relax. If you give me, but no, okay, hold on. You were talking about? Hold on, what you just said a minute
No,
ago?
I'm just saying, man. Like, yo, is it any hope? Like, is it gonna get better? Like,
That's
does
the
the whole
part right
fucking
there.
house has to burn down and then rebuild? You know,
Yeah,
gotta
listen.
put some motherfuckers in the dirt for good.
Shout out to Dr. Umar. Listen, that sister in Atlanta may be doing God's work right now.
They don't want to
And
admit it though. They don't want to admit it, bro.
she may be doing the Lord's work right now, sir.
I
She said that
mean,
she really went full Alonzo and said, I'm putting cases on all you bitches. No cap.
dog. I mean, that should be a testament to cats, man. Did you hear Young Thug trying to rap from prison?
No, I didn't hear it.
Bro, that was the saddest shit ever. He lost all swag. It's just like, and I understand, like, you was just at Fashion Week in Paris, nigga, like, and now you in a box.
You know what we need to talk about before we get up out of here for the night, Blake.
What's
is
up?
that one of the issues with hip hop? And hold on, and I want to go to some other stuff too, but before we get back, I can't leave without getting this off.
Yeah.
That because there's a street element in hip hop, people really don't understand, fam, that when you get to them streets, you don't get to fully disconnect or leave the streets, bro. You can't do that. That's not the way. That's not the way the street works. Because trust me, you owe somebody, right? Somebody helped you out, and they ain't gonna let you forget about it, right? And you can't just, bro. You can't just leave that street shit. It's very, very difficult to leave that street shit, right? And depending on how deep in the streets you are, that makes it even harder to try to separate yourself. You know what I'm saying? From that shit. And the problem with the streets, fam, is that shit is relentless. You got to get involved in it, fam. Like, listen, if everybody's being honest, Tupac wouldn't have died if he wouldn't have been involved in no shit with like no gang shit. You know what I'm saying? If we being honest, he wouldn't. I mean, now he was saying a lot of reckless shit, so maybe, but like that didn't help. You know what I'm saying? Getting in the gang stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get involved in that street and you telling everybody like, yo, I'm on this street shit. Like to this day, people give Rick Ross shit because he was a CO, right? Hey, bro, listen, man had a goddamn job. I'm not mad at a nigga for having a job. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
they ignorant too, because how do they think the dope get into jail?
That's exactly how the dope gets into jail every single
That's
time.
the only way I think it gets in.
But listen, people, they didn't watch too many old movies. Niggas ain't putting shit up their ass no more and going in there. That ain't how this shit get in jail.
Nah, no and well, they ain't had enough relatives in prison either. Lucky you motherfuckers. I did. Fucking jailbird ass niggas in my bloodline.
They didn't watch too many old movies, though. They didn't watch too many old movies, bro. Like, understand, bro. Like, people don't understand it. Like, these female COs be having a lot of money because they be giving up that box inside that jailhouse.
Right.
And that
bringing shit in.
Yeah, and that costs. And trust me, that CO that niggas be hitting, she do not look good. Trust me. But it's a vagina. It's a vagina, my boy.
I swear to God, boy. Like, let's end on a high note, man.
Let's go.
A rich white man dying. All right, so basically, what you think about the dude that jumped
Bed Bath and Beyond?
Yeah, that jumped from his 18-floor penthouse that cost $20,000 a month.
I immediately thought about that Chris Rock bit.
Which one?
Chris Rock had, I think it was Chris Rock that had a bit that was talking about if Oprah woke up, because he was talking about like levels of money.
Yeah,
like, Oprah woke up one day and she had such and such money, she would jump out the window and slit her.
If Bill Gates woke up and he had Oprah money.
There you go.
Yeah.
He'll jump out the window and slit his neck, slit his on the way down, right? That's what I thought about. Because like this is a dude who was like, shit was going down. He was gonna be, his paper was finna get messed up no matter what. He couldn't take that shit, bro. You know what's funny? And I hate to come back to hip hop, like, but I'm sorry.
No,
But
hip hop should be sorry. You shouldn't be sorry. The
no,
fucking
but
genre
there's
should be.
it seems like there's something in black culture, man, to where in terms of like that type of shit, historically, that type of shit, we're just like kind of built to like deal with that shit better.
Oh, that
Like
trauma in our fucking veins. I don't know.
maybe that's what it is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that like when shit like that happens, because like think about all the black athletes that like go broke, all the black entertainers that go
It
broke,
is no way I would want to be here anymore.
but they never off themselves. They just go broke.
Man, the best like you did the Chris Rock bit. Dave Chappelle had the best bit about that shit. Because he was talking about how Anthony Bourdain killed himself. You know, he used to travel around the
I used
world.
to love his show, by the way.
Dude, travel around the world, eat meals with some of the best people in the fucking world. And that dude killed himself in a fucking $10,000 a night room in Paris. He hung himself. He talked, and then Dave Chappelle, like, you know, and the inverse of that was him talking about his homeboy that he grew up with, nigga from the hood. Oh, Venezuelan man, a white man. Hey, man, trust me. That nigga did not mark anything other than white on his fucking applications. Trust me. That Venezuelan, you call that nigga anything other than white. See what he said to you. Well, you can't call him shit because he's dead as hell. But like, all right, so the inverse of that Anthony Bourdain thing was Dave Chappelle talking about his homeboy who came from the hood. Say he was a hood genius, you know what I mean? Got into Ivy League school and shit like that. But he married a chick while he was in school. And the chick ended up divorcing him. So he didn't make it through law school and all that other shit. So Dave Chappelle was like, I seen this nigga like 20 years later. I was going to a Foot Locker and guess who's the manager of that motherfucker? This nigga. And like, you know what I'm saying? The punchline to it was he said the dude told him about like how fucked up his life had been. He never got back on track and he lives with his mom because his money been fucked up ever since him and that bitch got a divorce. And he was like, yo, it never occurred to this nigga to kill himself. And he was like, I asked him, I'm like, you ever thought about it? You might want to. Because it's just like, why do we deal with it? It's like sometimes this shit put the squeeze on niggas. Niggas be having 20 years and do that whole 20 and come home.
Bruh, Antoine Walker lost like, he messed up like $90 million, bro. Gained like 200 pounds. And it's still just like on TV, just like talking about basketball.
That man has definitely got to be a shell of himself. That's not the same Antoine Walker that was in Boston.
He lost 90 million, gained 200 pounds, and is out here talking about basketball. Like, bruh, like when it comes
I don't want to sound like I don't cherish this life shit like that. Let me go ahead and say that. It's like, bro, it's like, man, I don't cherish it enough to go through that and still want to be here. No, fuck that. Fuck life. I'm not doing it no more. I lose you telling me I can have 90 million one day and like lose it all in like 5-6 years. You think I'm still gonna wake up in the morning? Say, hey, hold on. You kind of broke up. What'd you say? It's out again? All right, man. You must not be investing in index funds. This motherfucker here spending his royalty checks at the casino. Roy gambling away out of no strings money. This motherfucker Mike's is wilding. It's like I don't even feel this shit no more.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, man, we came to the collective that you've been gambling away to no strings money. Oh, man, you ain't been putting it back in the show. You got a building fund. Ain't added nothing new to the building.
What money? What money, bro?
I was fucking around. I forgot what we were saying. What were we saying?
We were talking. Oh shit, I forgot too. Listen, I hit the panic. But you know what's funny? As I thought, I was like, you know what? My damn batteries might be running out on my damn. And I started to bring. I was like, no, I think I should be good. And I knew. It's that black intuition, bro. You know when some bullshit about to happen. You know what
Damn
I'm
right.
saying? But you know what? You know what I think it is though? I think it's a product of the old black church. The old black church taught black people to not really expect anything here, but over there, over yonder, in the next life is where you're gonna get yours. You know what I'm saying? It taught us to, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of our songs, what they say, what's the shit that they always say in the gospel songs? Something may endure for a night, but in the morning, you know what I'm saying, everything gonna be all right. Like they just always tell you, like, just don't worry about it, bro. Like people used to teach me to pray when I was trying to be a deacon in the church. They used to teach me to, like, you know, these prayers, how you pray and you talk about how um you know, my life ain't as good as I want it to be, but you know, I just thank God for it. You know, wherever I'm at right now, it's just, you know, I'm glad for it being as good as it is right now. Like, well, my
I'm
shit is
about to
fucked
throw
up,
up in
bro.
my fucking mouth.
Yeah, like, but like this is the teaching that we get. This is, and it's weird because like I've been to white churches, I've been to mosques, I've been to Catholic churches, right? But I've never went there consistently enough to really, you know, because you got to go. You need to be going for like half a year. You know what I'm saying? A year to like really figure out like how they really do they
Right,
sermon.
right, right.
But I know in the black church, a lot of it is about just endure. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just. They used to say the victory is not given to the fast or the strong, but to those who will endure to the end. And it's just about like how much shit can you endure almost. You know what I'm saying? I know Dave Chappelle got the bit about the Olympics, the what is it called? What do you call this shit about the something Olympics? He always talk about how like the blacks and the Jews have this debate about the trauma Olympics or something like that. How like who has the worst shit. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, he was like, black folks. He said the Jews bring up the Holocaust, and then the black folks bring up slavery. And he was like, then the Jews say, well, what about Egypt? He was like, Egypt? We going all the way back to Egypt? God damn! You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
We was fucking on some Jews in Egypt.
Yeah, so the Bible story go, well, you got to remember, like the Bible, again, people got, this is going back to that biblical talk we had, but the Bible technically is written to the Jews who are the chosen people of God. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about a specific people this book is written to, and they are the chosen people, which are the Jews, right? Well, they say that, but then they say the Jews, they didn't believe, and to this day, people who are Jewish, they tell you that Jesus was not the return, but he was just a prophet. So that's
Right.
another category thing. But the Egypt thing is Noah, let my people go.
Right.
Those are the supposed Jews.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, enough of that shit. I ain't want to get into that.
Egypt. Now, the Hebrew Israelites would tell you that those people were black Jews, but you know, there you go.
I gotta be honest with you. Even though niggas is crazy, it's a lot to that story that we'll never find out because a lot of the text, the historical text, was erased.
Well, that shit gets all burned. You know, when you beat somebody, when you conquer somebody, you destroy their shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Man, you get them out the fucking paint.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I beat you, bro. Like, all this goes now. We not
Let's
like
talk about how crazy motherfuckers is. People think they're gonna get rid of white motherfuckers. Like, do you know how many people got slaughtered for them to be on top? Ain't nobody ready to slaughter nobody like them niggas was ready to slaughter.
Nah,
They
bro.
killed millions.
Mm-hmm.
I think people forget that. They be like, I can't believe this happened in America. Like, you don't know about the natives, do you?
Man, people don't understand about when you start talking about genetic survival, man, the lengths that some people, some cultures are willing to go, you got to be willing to go there.
Dude, ain't nobody willing to take that shit where that dude took it. And
Listen,
I gotta tip my hat to him. I mean, hey yo.
they got so smart, they was out there getting messed up by the natives so bad. They said, you know what? They sat back and said, well, hold on. Everything that they kind of do is surrounded around this buffalo. How about we just start offing all these damn buffalo? Let's see how that works out for these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't beat them head up. They busted
That's
our
fucked
ass.
up, ain't it? Yeah, it's fucked up.
So they just offed all the buffalo, and the natives was so, they culture was so fixated on like using the buffalo for the teepees, for their clothing, for everything, for the meat, to where they couldn't flip mode like Busta Rhymes say. They couldn't flip
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's go find some cows, let's go find some horse. They were just like, yo, we don't know what to do now. And now they out there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn
Like,
right. And when all that failed, if that would have failed, they just would have continued coughing on them niggas. Like, yeah, nigga. See if you can keep up with that.
You got to be willing, man, to go there. You know what I'm saying? But hold it. Let's talk about this. Who was this one rapper that I saw?
Man, I thought we were done with that cesspool.
Nah, with all the baby mamas. Who was this guy?
Boy, I'm not gonna sound like a fucking Ku Klux Klansman on these airwaves, because if I have to talk about that dude, I would start sounding like a Klansman.
His name okay. His name is Jay Fizzle.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to sound like a
Klansman. Is he from Memphis?
I don't know what Memphis is.
Hey, hold on. What's the one dude from Memphis that just got a bag? Is it what's my new? Is something 2 times? What's his name?
Oh yeah, Finesse 2 times.
Yeah. Memphis on the come up again right now in his hip hop.
Yeah, the shit would hit. It wasn't hitting in 2010. That's why the fuck I ended up in San Antonio back then.
So you know Finesse 2 times?
I don't know him personally.
Oh,
you know
you talking about like when you were trying to do your
like 09 and shit.
Yeah, Chris Blake used to be there. This is why Chris Blake hates hip hop now. He's a disgruntled artist.
Actually, no, I'm happy I didn't make it. You know, the people who was talking about should have committed suicide. Just say, for instance, I would have made it, and then I would have been sitting up like 2-3 mil at 22, 23, and then I would have lost it all. Come on, nigga. Fuck out of here. You know what? 2-3 mil is nothing.
That first initial bag, though.
That's what I was about to say. 2-3 mil, that's nothing.
You gotta lose that first bag. If it's a small bag, you gotta lose
that's easy. That's easy, right? But if I would have lost 90 mil,
that's different. Listen,
come on, fam.
Because he lost 90 mil in like the late 90s, early 2000s. That was when 90 mil was really 90 mil.
And it's like when you don't make, if you make it at that, like, because really what they pay artists in is like fame. You don't really get no money. Like, you get money from your shows if you ain't signed a 360. And even if you did sign one, you might still get it. But when it comes to like your record sales, you don't get none of that money ever. So like the fame is what really has you. So let's think about it, man. Like, you would have made it. You didn't even get the one hit wonder tag, because your shit didn't even hit like that. You just had a couple good songs and then boom, they dropped you. You never got your shit back together. But you're still a famous dude. You can't just work at a regular place. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's restrictions, and now you broke and you famous. That type of ego hit. Come on, fam. All the women you shitted on.
That was the thing with old buddy from the Cosby Show. When they saw him working at what was he working at? Trader Joe's.
Damn. Same thing for Carl Anthony Payne. Cole from Martin. They saw him selling cars. God damn, man. The Cosby Show don't have no good track record for niggas getting on afterwards, dude. Cockroach, yeah. He had a job, you know what I'm saying? Probably still do have it. I mean, hey, man.
You gotta work. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta work, man. But you never see the other side, entertainers being Walmart greeters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like the other side, they don't happen to them.
I mean, but you know, it's like that part you said where you were like, yo, because of who you are, you can't work a normal job. Is that just a pride thing now, or what is that?
Damn right, it's a pride thing. That's what kind of happens to you when you become famous.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah, no, when you become famous, I'm actually happy. I was just like a local. I was a D grade motherfucker, even in my local local ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have took it more serious, maybe. If I didn't, maybe not. Who knows? You never know with that shit. It's a real crapshoot. That's why I try to encourage people not to do it. Cause man, come on, fam. Like it's just it's so far fetched, man. Nobody really makes it at that shit.
Okay, but let's get back to Jay Fizzle.
Oh my God, I thought we was done with. I'm telling you, I cannot talk about this without sounding like a Klansman, man.
Jay Fizzle has, I believe he said 22 baby mamas, or no, he has 22 kids.
Man, I don't know how many he got, man.
I don't know how many baby mamas, but he got 22 kids. That's what he said. 22 kids.
How do you like? He actually got all of them to come to the. How did he get that? Like,
well, he told bitches cameras was gonna be there, so that's all you need.
We doomed. It's over. That room represented 50, 60 people.
Easy.
The parents and him, and
Easy.
all of them gonna be mad ratchet.
Yeah, and look, I
You're
know
not gonna want your kids to go to school with them kids of theirs.
people were talking shit on him, like, yo, this is crazy. But I'm looking at those women, like, hold on. So if you're
Did you
the
really? You wouldn't ask these questions if you really looked at those women. You can look at those
no,
women and tell why that
but
happened.
I'm saying though, like, if you're the 12th baby mama, are you like sitting back like, yeah, I know he got 11 kids, but you know, he a good man. Really?
Nah, they're not asking those probing questions. And if they are asking questions, let's say
So you
depending on
saying, so you saying some of these women were laying down, not even knowing that he had prior kids?
right.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, man. I don't think nobody's that stupid to be the 20th baby mama. I refuse to believe mankind has stooped that low. If you telling me mankind has stooped that low, then I'll be like, God damn, maybe I'm naive. But you telling me somebody willing to be the 13th, 14th baby mama, man? You couldn't know. He probably had a couple chicks in North Memphis, some in East Memphis. Because all these chicks, none of these chicks was from Germantown. That's for damn sure. And you can just tell by the difference in the
What about
names and the
Funky Town?
areas.
Where's Funky Town?
That's South Memphis. He definitely
Okay.
had some in South Memphis. In Funky Town, over there on Castelia, where motherfucking Young Dolph is from. There
Well,
was
he's
some,
Young Dolph's cousin, so there you go.
man, he had it was a lot of them type of hood looking women in this joint, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. He wants fame and notoriety for that. And everybody and all the women showed up because, like you said, it's a camera there.
It's a camera. It's a
Hey, man,
camera.
after this shit go off, I'm gonna go in the bathroom and cry.
It's a camera, you know. And look, I heard, shout out to my man Cash. He was telling me that, like, some people were like, because some people came on and were like, yo, well, he's, name another culture that celebrates somebody having 22 baby mamas. And so people went in and were like, well, the Mormons do it, right? Other people, but like, some of these arguments are kind of bad though, because the Mormon, that's a religious thing. That's a religious decision to where they might have, they're cool with polygamy. They want to have all these kids, but
motherfuckers be rich too.
Huh?
The motherfuckers be rich too.
They be having the bag. But see, people don't understand Mormonism. Mormonism in their religion, it says that. So in the Mormon, I'm gonna summarize it in 30 seconds. In their religion, I know I'm gonna leave some stuff out, but this is the quick summary for my Mormons out there. Their religion says that there are levels to heaven, right?
Right.
Not everybody gets to the same level, right? So like, if you good, you might get to this level, you might get to that level, but not everybody. Like, it depends on like where you are. It's levels to this shit. Shout out to Meek Mill.
Right.
But if you get to this is why people have all these kids and all this shit, because if you get to the highest level, then you and your mates or whatever, y'all become gods of your own planet, essentially. Right? And now you are the like mothers and fathers of this planet. Right? It's some wild shit. But like
this sounds like a bunch of motherfuckers that need to be committed. They not living on Earth. And you know what? Shout out to them. They can support themselves. They don't have to be a part of nobody else's community. They have a real community to be able to thrive and do that kind of shit. They have a real fucking community, man. It's a real culture there.
Yeah.
I can't knock them, but it sounds fucking batshit crazy. I bet they think the same thing when they listen to rap. Oh, you know what? They not listening to no funky stinking ass rap.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man. Just to like, so we can wrap up. In terms of the black community, I'm not sure where we are right now.
Gone.
First of all, we got to figure out what we're going to define ourselves as, right? Because you got some people saying we're ADOS. You got some people saying foundational Black Americans. You got some people just saying black. You got some people just saying, man, I'm just an American. You got some people saying Black American. So like, I think the first thing we got to do is figure out what we're going to, are we going to be Americans, or what are we going to call ourselves? Like, how are we going to?
But why do we have to have somebody make that call? It's always got to be one head. I'm sick of that shit.
Well,
these niggas it's a sector of niggas getting led by Tariq Nasheed right now.
Well, that's facts. But let me say this though: there was somebody who came up with the term Hispanic though, and the Hispanics just ran with that. They didn't give a fuck who came up with it. They just like rolled it out.
Yeah, you got a point with that.
And there were
Because
other things too, because before that there was you remember me and you were old enough to where they were talking about Chicano. I remember they had
right,
a whole damn episode on Saved by the Bell where Slater was saying he's Chicano.
right.
And like nobody calls themselves Chicano anymore, not in large
Nobody.
numbers.
I
You know
went
what I'm saying?
to high school with a couple of Chicanos.
That's what I'm saying. But nobody identifies that way no more. They just all got under that Hispanic umbrella for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that's I don't know, bro. I think that I think that's the first thing. Like, I don't even know how who the fuck we gonna call ourselves.
I just say call us American, man. You know, I was cool with Black American because we know it's two Americas. I was cool with Black American.
But then you get the Moors who come out and say, "Well, brother, hold on, black is a
There's still Moors out here.
yes, sir." The Moors are actually making a comeback right now.
That's why we'll never overcome. It's
You know what's
18,
crazy?
30 different fucking groups, man.
You know what's crazy? That all these little groups, like every 5, 7 to 10 years, they have a resurgence of like each group has a resurgence. They'll like, you know what I'm saying? Just because, and you know what's funny? And the reason I have these resurgences is because every year there's a new crop of 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds who are just getting this information for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
All right, they better get them before Andrew Tate does.
And hilarious. And one of these schools of thought are going to appeal to them, whether it's Islam, more science, Egyptology, what else they got out there? 5% Nation. One of these schools of thought are going to appeal to them. You know what I'm saying? And man, it just gets a resurgence. You know what I'm saying? Like when Jay-Z came out and had that 5% chain on, the 5% Nation like blew up for like 2 years.
Word.
Yeah,
I like some of their teachings. You know what's crazy? I like a lot of the like religions, some of the teachings. I'm like, I like this aspect of it, but I can never fully embrace one wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I think that's a healthy thing, though. I think like that's the way I look at a lot of shit. I'm not saying like I'm right or wrong, but like that's why I never down the Bible, because there's some good stories in there.
It is, man.
Stuff on how to live your life. Like, how could I ever say like it's some really cool stuff in there? Like, yo, that's a dope story. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are also some crazy stories, but in every like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a big book. I mean, who's gonna write that much and not have some crazy shit in there?
There was a comedian on Comic View way back in the day. He had a great bit about the Bible because he used to talk about like I used to go to church to pick up women.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, so he was like, yeah, man. So I'd be in church. I'd be like, I see a chick, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. My name is such and such. Yeah. What you reading? Oh, yeah, I read that. Yeah, that book's a trip. Yeah. The dude comes back in the end. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I heard church had the biggest freaks too, man.
Oh, but that's bro, you know what's funny? That's why these Mormons get married so young. Because it's so much sexual shit that's suppressed. That's why who's the worst people in the church? Typically it's the pastor's kids.
Yeah, okay.
Because they've been the ones that have been so suppressed for so long to when they can finally just they just, like it's something about human nature, bro. No matter what, that like you want to explore. You know what I'm saying? It's like they say like, yo, the more you keep your child away from something, the more they're gonna want to try to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta like, you can't just like shield them from the shit. You gotta like, open some shit up, let them see what it is, but like be there to guide them and teach them. To Courtney Jackson's point in the chat, man, ultimately, and you said this too, Chris, like, ultimately, man, come back to just like raising your damn kids.
Raise your goddamn kids, man.
I have to do something about, single mothers. In these households, because we also live in a world now where sex is I don't know how sex is looked at now. Sex is just not a big deal. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. That's how you end up with 22 women pregnant by this one guy.
Yeah, and look, I wanted to dig into that, so I'm gonna dig into that tomorrow night.
Let them have that, man. I can't take no more ratchetness.
I want to talk about that whole concept, but before I want to say this though, that like there's something to be said though about not only raising your kids, but um um being a type of parent. Listen, I believe as a parent, you have to be a parent and not a friend, right? I think what happened to a lot of the hip hop generation parents, and I believe I'm the first, maybe the second generation of hip hop parent, is that we listen to the same music that our kids do, which is a new phenomenon.
It really the fuck is.
Yeah,
Yep,
because
it really is.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's new shit.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can see how lines could get blurred with all that going
you
on.
feel me? Like, can we listen to the
Yeah.
same thing? Now we on the side. So, like, if you're listening to the same, think about this. If you and your child are reading the same books, are y'all basically on the same mental level? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And think about it, man. Like we knocking on 40. We kind of still dress similar to how we dressed when we was 20.
it's the influence of hip hop, fam.
And a lot of our kids are gonna grow up and we probably be swapping clothes or some shit.
It's hip, bro. Listen,
This
hip
shit
hop.
done complicated things like a motherfucker.
We gotta understand how young hip hop is as a genre of music. It's still
Right.
very, very young as a genre of music. It's super young, and it's still evolving. We don't know when this shit's gonna stop. But the issue, and I think the problem is that the world is moving so fast now that it's making everything just, you know what I'm saying? So like a kid that's 13 now, man, that's a different 13 from when I was 13. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's totally different. And you know, we're just in a different time, man. But y'all make y'all kick it with us next
Yep.
tomorrow night, man. Also, y'all kick it with us next Tuesday, man. We're gonna be back to next Tuesday talking that ish.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
hopefully it's some happy shit.
I know. Tuesday, I don't know. I'm sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know where we're going yet, but y'all know on Wednesday night we talk about relationships and the culture. We're gonna definitely talk about this nigga with 22 kids. We're gonna talk about that, plus much more, man. Hit that thumbs up button, rate, comment, subscribe, all that fly stuff. Hit us up in the podcast section of iTunes or wherever it is that you find your podcast. We do appreciate it, man. We are No Strings. We out. Peace.
Yes, sir.